Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode. We are on the road. I'm in the car. I'm with my crew. So, Cassie and Chelsea are here with me, and we are driving from Michigan to Chicago. So, here's how our day went. We were in Indiana. That's where we woke up, and we were with Karen Babb Newhall. Love her. Her family was so awesome. Had such a great time. Today, after we left her, we went to Michigan, where we interviewed Julie Sherm, an old high school friend, and then we went on an amazing river kayak trip with GR Paddling. So check out GR Paddling if you are ever near Grand Rapids, Michigan, because wow, it was really a special trip. Had such a great time. I've never been on a kayak trip before, so it was my first time. After that, now we are in the car. We are headed to Chicago. Tonight, we are going to a Chicago Cubs game, and we have a friend of Chelsea's. His name is James, and James is taking us to a Cubs game, Wrigley Field. Can't wait. I've never been to Wrigley Field, so a lot of amazing things, a lot of first-time things going on. And today's episode question is brought to you by Miss Chelsea Rathie.
Hello. So we are sitting in the Chicago traffic, heading downtown to see a baseball game, which is pretty exciting for me. But as we were driving, some questions came up and some interesting topics. After Justin's interview last night, when he talked about how the part that really intrigued him about the whole day was listening to Adam Germany about his passion, how he didn't start out doing what he's doing now, how he's changed different directions, and that really rang true for me as well. Because growing up, I have done a million different things, and I really wanted to find that one thing. Yeah, I really wanted to find that one thing that worked for me, and I couldn't. I was so frustrated because I wanted to be that person that was, meant to be a teacher, was meant to be an artist, was meant to be a doctor, whatever it was. I wanted that, and I know in high school they gave us this test that was like, these are all the things that you would be great at. Well, mine was so broad. I had a million different things, and it frustrated me. So then I went in after college. I went into the job service and I said, okay, I want to know what I'm supposed to do, that I was the best at. And when I got in there and the lady goes, well, some people are just not meant to have a job more than a few years and the same thing. And I was almost crushed. Like, gosh, how can I be so sporadic? And I thought of this as such a negative thing. And now I look back and I go, thank goodness that I have this spice for life and have a desire that is, that I have a passion now. I have a purpose in life, and that's to inspire people. As long as I'm living in my purpose, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I could be scrubbing toilets, and I have. I've done that. Not saying that's my favorite job, but I've done it, and I've done it in a way where it's just living in your passion, your purpose in life. And if I wouldn't have ever done that, I never would have been in this car, because I wouldn't have taken those steps or those, leaps of faith.
Awesome. I love that. This is a really great topic, and this is one that, we have touched on for sure multiple times in different episodes with different guests, but I'm curious to see what Cassie has to say about that.
What do I think about that? Okay. I think it's great that Chelsea has found her passion and she's in this band with us right now. I guess in high school I always knew that I wanted to pursue film in some way, and I really liked being behind the camera. I always liked photography, so when I started college right out of high school, I was able to work on a documentary with my class, and I was a cinematographer, and my teacher really inspired me to pursue camera work because he made me feel like I was, really good at it, and he motivated me to continue to do it. And although it took me a really long time to finish college because I really didn't like school, I'm glad that I did. And through college, I had like a lot of random jobs into the service industry. Like I waited tables, bartended, did, random freelance jobs, and ended up managing a spa for a really long time. And then on the side, whenever I could, I would do camera work for independent films, like usually with friends or people, friends of friends, and just worked on my skills, and eventually started getting paid to do it. But at first I kind of had to spend money to make money in that field, and sometimes you got to do that to get where you want to be. Like what Lynette's kind of going through right now with this trip. She ain't making money on it. She's spending it.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to do that to get where you want to be with it. And I don't regret it at all. I'm very happy that I went through the hard times, and, I'm just glad I stuck with it. Moved out to LA to pursue camera work, and was able to not needing to have, a part-time job that didn't incorporate, camera work. And I was fortunate enough to find a job where it's seasonal, and I'm able to take summers off and a little bit of time off in the winter for me to focus on just freelance work and projects that I care about. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be in this band right now.
Cassie, your story reminds me so much of one of our previous guests, Michael Scotty Jr. And Michael actually called us last night. It was such a surprise. We're sitting around Karen's kitchen table, and I get a call from Michael, and he called to tell us that he won an Emmy. An Emmy. And what is so amazing about that is that this time last year, Mike was on the show, and we were discussing getting over your limiting beliefs. And he said he almost didn't apply for Major League Baseball Network because he was afraid that he was too inexperienced. And, we had said to each other, just apply, let them tell you no. And that was it. That's what we talked about. He applied, he got the job. He's been doing great, and now he has an Emmy with his name on it because of the show that he and his team produced. So he has achieved such success, and we're actually staying with Michael Scotty on the last night of our trip. So I will be interviewing him about that when the time gets nearer. So everybody, I hope you can listen to the stories of Chelsea and Cassie and Michael and find yourself in them. If there's something that you want to do, you want to try, don't let anything hold you back, and don't give up. Just keep pushing forward. You can do this. If you really want it, you will do it. And that is why I am in this van, for you. That's it. Please remember that you motivate me. I'm Lynette Renda.
And I talk to you, and I talk to you, and I talk to you, and I talk to you. And we love, and we hate, and we demonstrate. We try to relate. This is my breakthrough. Whoa. Said now, this my breakthrough. Whoa. Oh man, this my breakthrough.